Hey guys, Daniel Gallan here at Supersport Park in Centurion. I'm with John Norman, TalkSport's head cricket honcho. We have just chatted to Jacques Cullis, Mark Boucher, Faf du Plessis and a whole bunch of Proteas as we gear up for this Boxing Day test. I'm very, very excited. John, I'm going to start, we normally end with this, but I'm going to start with a prediction. How do you see this test going? I mean, what are the strengths and weaknesses of this England side? Can they beat this Protea side?
Well, first off, thank you for calling me head honcho. I've been called many things. That's easily the best introduction I've had. How do I see this going? I think it's very tough. You know, England performed well in South Africa. They haven't lost a series here, you know, in a generation almost. But their overseas record in the last couple of years makes predicting an England win seem almost fanciful. But when you consider the bowling attack that they bring into this series, the fact that Jofra Archer is of course part of that lineup, Jimmy Anderson is expected to come back. It's not a stellar South African batting lineup, if you would allow me to say. I think England got every chance of winning test matches here. Whether they can win enough to beat South Africa, I think that's the big question. I don't think there'll be too many draws, but if pushed, I'm going to just go for a 2-1 win. Either way, but if pushed, I'll say to England.
Is one of the main concerns, though, as you say, the very, very strong bowling lineup, maybe one of the best lower orders in the world with Ben Stokes and Butler and obviously the glut of all-rounders. Concerns at the top, though, is that a worry for you?
It's been a worry for about 5 years, but maybe longer actually. Look, Alistair Cook batted alongside 13 different opening partners. Rory Burns then came into the side just as Alistair Cook was leaving, Sir Alistair Cook was leaving. He seems to be, have cemented his place, but he's still averaging mid-30s. So it just does seem to be the way of modern cricket these times. More and more often the middle order are assuming a position within the cricket team as the moment where the game is won and lost, because more often than not the top order are losing wickets quickly. So that's going to be an area that South Africa are going to capitalise on. But saying that, England have still managed to win test matches despite the likes of Stokes, Bairstow if he plays, and Butler coming in with the score reading 75 for 3. They know how to win in that situation. So even if they do lose a couple of early ones, it won't be panic stations.
I want to end on a player who's one of my favourites to watch, and I was looking at his numbers today. I was quite surprised because I thought they'd be a lot better. Is Jos Buttler. I mean, you watch him, you know, the heir apparent to AB de Villiers as Mr. 360, can hit every ball anywhere in the ground, and yet he's only averaging in the low 30s. Is this not a make or break series for him, but is it important that he kind of shows that he can back the numbers up with his talent?
For sure. Look, we still don't really know what Jos Buttler's role is within this side. He's been given the gloves again, and that was after a period when it seemed like he'd never keep wicket for England again. That came after a period when it didn't seem he'd ever play as a batsman for England again. The jury's still out with Jos Buttler. There's no mistake at all. He is a wonderful talent. He's an enigma. He would play in any white ball side in world cricket for sure, but in the test arena, this is a guy that still has only a couple of first-class centuries in his career. He's batted as a specialist number 7. He's batted as a 6 at 5. He's kept the gloves. You know, he's vice captain. It's very difficult to say whether this is a make or break series for Jos Buttler, but time is running out for us to find out whether Jos Buttler is going to make it at test level. I've got a feeling these tracks actually might suit him.
Yeah.
That extra bit of bounce,
yes.
The fact that he can play back, the fact that he can actually use a more 360 approach, I actually think that could come to his benefit. But he needs to start performing consistently and at a level that we see in his white ball game.
Well, let's see. Thanks, guys.